I see why you are stressed, because you're no contest. 12, I can't confess. Drop racks, I'll clean my mess. Excuse me while I flex. That's to my left. You're bad with bad breath.
Memphis, Tennessee, the Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great. We are right in the middle part of a long season, GA. As a player, how do you stay engaged? How do you stay focused?
Kevin, this is where the grind can really catch up to you. Easy to start feeling complacent or check out a little bit. So you got to shake that off. And I tell you another thing, your coaches will play a huge role in keeping you engaged.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. We've got Amen Thompson. Jabari Smith is out there with Adams. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Durant in at the small forward. And stolen by Thompson. Pass to Adams. For three, VanVleet sinks the triple.
And he's got a smooth stroke from long range. VanVleet doesn't just hoist them up. His three-pointers are always going to be high-quality shots.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. And the Grizzlies with possession here. It's a three-point game. Now here's Anthony. Back to Morant. Here's Aldama. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
Mano a mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
But taking the hit there, Durant, so hard to stop.
And for the Grizzlies, 2024 stand was marked by an unprecedented amount of injuries.
Well, Kevin, they used 51 different starting lineups. That's the most in NBA history. And they were also forced to use 12 injury hardship exceptions. That is just incredibly bad luck.
And he's no small presence inside. Smith, a handful for defenders in the painted area.
He hits both from the stripe. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Here's Morant. And then Morant rams it in.
Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Durant. Well, you know that he's going to find a way to get the ball in the basket no matter what D he's faced with. The average is about 31.5 points a game. Now VanVleet, after Steven Adams missed from long range. 4 on the shot clock. Durant, good.
At this point, you have to think Durant's going to go down as one of the all-time great offensive players. He is on a very short list.
And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Morant. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Thompson against Jackson. Fires for three. Rebounded by Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 4. And stolen by Thompson. And oh, here comes Durant all alone.
Oh, Kevin Durant. Unreal.
Here's Morant. So timeout called here. A first for Memphis. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I caught up with the Grizzlies head coach. During our talk, I asked Coach what makes Kevin Durant one of the best scorers ever. He told me it's insane that a 7-footer has that much skill. Kevin truly is one of a kind. Now, no one can stop him one-on-one. We need a team effort. Of course, KD's going to the Hall of Fame, and he's still giving opponents nightmares late in his career. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Aldama. The Rockets making the shot. And another miss by Memphis. And last season, with all the injuries for the Memphis Grizzlies stand, Jaren Jackson had to play a bigger role and was effective.
Yeah, Kevin, I think we were all a little surprised at his offensive game. You know, he got more opportunity and we saw him doing more things. He also played more at the center spot. You know, So he's become a great two-way player. We knew he was always an elite defender.
Absolutely. Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Adams. And Torrey Eason subbed in for Smith. A nice shot by KD.
Anywhere Durant can find a shot, he can make a shot. That certainly includes the mid-range.
Here's Morant. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's Durant. 8 points for him. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Silky corner shot by Durant. He is so confident in his ability to hit from that range.
Durant, and he makes good on the layup. Morant's got 6.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Here's Thompson. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 4 assists now tonight.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Now here's Anthony. Still scoreless. From deep three-point land, Aldama can't hit. Last game for the Rockets, they picked up the win against the Wizards in Washington. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Poked away. And stolen by Thompson. Out of the rafters. He punched it in.
Are you kidding me?
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
The Grizzlies have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Jackson passes to Aldama. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Durant.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Jerome is checked in. Dorian Finney-Smith checked in for the Rockets. Burks comes in for Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Burks banked in off the glass.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Buff's jacked in. Clark comes in for Jaren Jackson. Wells, he's checked in for Santi Aldama. And it's John Morant in for Cole Anthony. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Houston. Now here's VanVleet. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That 3 off the mark. Now here's Morant for 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Rockets. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Right back after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense.
And it's a great finish!
Oh my. Well, he is such a blur in transition. Durant goes from 0 to 60 faster than a sports car.
For 3, VanVleet. Here's Adams, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Adams has got his first points of the night.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Here's Burks. Pass to Finney-Smith. Jacks up a three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
Just strong work defensively there in the low post. You got to be tough down in the paint.
Yeah, that's an outstanding defensive stand in close.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. And finished off by Craig.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Edey comes in for Torrey Craig. And Anthony subbed in for Pippen. The Rockets also changing it up. Kevin Durant comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Amen Thompson subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And here's Moran. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
Yeah, and they got contributions from everyone in that game. The whole rotation got involved in the scoring.
Burks against Anthony. Out left to the wing. Morant outside. Fires the three. As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Craig, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Santi Aldama comes in for Wells.
Nothing to see here, folks. Just another tremendous scoring night from Durant.
Pass to Aldama. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Aldama's got 5.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
From past the arc, KD's shot is off. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Anthony nowhere around. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Burks. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Thompson. The teardrop falls in. 12 points for him.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another, really the story of the game.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
Jerome, he's checked in for Memphis. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Athens. Tari Eason comes in for Jabari Smith. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Amen Thompson. It's good from long range. And the Rockets lead by 18.
KD could sit out there all day and nail threes if the defense lets him.
Here's Anthony. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Houston's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And he makes that one. Aldama's got 4 this quarter.
Rumbling down the lane. Probably wise to stay out of Aldama's way.
Here's Van Vliet. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contributions.
Jerome, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And the foul on Tari Eason. That is his first foul of the game.
13 foul.
$19 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Jerome. Back to Jackson. 2 on the clock. 1 second left. And he lays it up and in. Jackson's got his second basket of the night. And so it's the Houston Rockets, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. Their transition game has been in full effect. Back to the action in just a minute.
Hello and welcome.
It's far enough into the season now where you can tell which guys are for real and which guys are pushing for that ROI.
Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously a lot of work to do for the Grizzlies.
They're getting steamrolled, giving up too many points in the paint.
And it's just not the rim protection. You have to stay in front of all ball handlers, or you'll get broken down and eaten alive.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
So on the floor for Houston, Jabari Smith is out there with Steven Adams. Then it's Tari Eason, and it's Durant, and it's Van Vliet in at the point guard. Morant outside. They get a hand on it. KD with it. He's picked up by Morant. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Now that one from Van Vliet.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Here's Aldama. And the 3 off target. Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Van Vliet passes to KD. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
3 points.
Van Vliet's got his 6th assist on the night.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
And there it is for him.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us, but he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps, terrific story. And it's Smith missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That's his 5th foul.
Look, he's got to play smart now. One more foul and he's gone.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Jackson setting the pick here for Anthony. Clock at 6. Here's Edey.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
And it's off from 3-point range. Back to Thompson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 14 points from Amen Thompson.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Adams sends it back.
Adams puts every ounce of energy into his defense. He's not out there to contest shots. He's out there to reject them. And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Memphis has gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Anthony, the pass to Jackson. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 4 rebounds in this game. Let's go. Finney Smith can't get it to go. The Grizzlies shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. And it's Morant missing.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Thompson with the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
So it's the Grizzlies now. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Wells is checked in. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Houston. Long range from the inbound. Traps in the tray. Wells has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Houston leading by 21. For 3, Smith. The shot, no good. And Anthony's got the ball here for the Grizzlies. Wells in the corner. A 3-pointer, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who the best defenders have been over the past month. Here are your steals leaders. And Van Vliet on top.
Really been fantastic defensively this run for him. He's had more than his share of steals, and now he's looking to get more.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Clark comes in for Edey, and Pippen subbed in for Morant. Pippen with it. Now Smith defending. Wells wide open. The Grizzlies with another miss.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And it's Smith missing.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
And Anthony gets it to go.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
No good from Finney Smith.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
And it's Clark with the jam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
There's the pick. Outside Jackson for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Jackson's got 7 points in the game.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Out to Smith, and out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Jerome, he's checked in for Memphis. Houston also making some changes. Durant's checked in for Smith. And Tari Eason subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Durant for 3. It's good. KD's got 7 now in this quarter. The Grizzlies trail by 20.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Houston Rockets, controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Clark is out there with Jackson. Then there's Ja Morant. Then it's Pippen. And it's Wells in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And he comes up with the deuce. Durant's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Houston. Tipped away. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Houston.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And also, they've made it a point to push it off turnovers. They're playing smart and alert, capitalizing on mistakes. And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Off's jacked in. Houston with a big group substitution here. Green, he's checked in for Adams. Whitmore comes in for Tari Eason. Alec Burks checked in for Thompson. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Fred VanVleet.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
Pippen with the bucket.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Burks for 3. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. KD's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Huff. It's Pippen on the way. Burks covering. With the step back. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. We've exported so much corporate basketball knowledge overseas. Remember when Fratello and you and your brother Jeff would go over there and have these clinics and teach the coaches the game. And they've taken that knowledge clearly and run with it.
No, I think that definitely happened when those guys went over. I think now it's sort of going the other way in large part. I know that all of us in the league now study what the great coaches in Europe are doing, and there's a lot of them, and the game is different, but they incorporate a lot of different concepts. I don't know a staff in the league that isn't spending a lot of time studying the international game.
And another miss by Memphis.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
KD's shot is good.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, This is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Outside Jackson. It's Morant in the corner. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You can see, and Coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. Morant outside. Back to Jackson. Outside Anthony. Here's Edey. 6 on the shot clock. Right block shot. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Burks against Anthony. Here's Capella, and he banks in the layup. Capella's got his first points in this one.
And defenders have to be mindful of Capella. His length and strength can be a problem down low.
Pass to Aldama. Memphis moving that ball around, and Capella sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Aaron Holiday.
Amen Thompson.
Outside Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Driving the lane, and it's blocked.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Houston.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And this will make it 36 wins on the year for them.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for KD.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
It's stolen by Anthony. Jackson in the corner. Misses the 3.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down. Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
Pass to Edey. Jackson down low. Burks covering. Jackson gets the bucket.
Well, usually a guy who's more inside or out beyond the arc. But the mid-range isn't an area that Jackson Jr. needs to avoid.
Thompson with the bucket.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
So we see Houston taking the W here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now, let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Kevin, how did you guys get this win tonight?
Well, we had to get stops. You know, those guys, they got so many options, so many good players, man. We just had to rally around each other and get stops.
Yeah, you guys played your best ball at the end and got the win. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Kevin Durant.